Welcome to Sunday Sweet Chats. My name is Charles K. Carter, and I'm a queer poet with a new chapbook coming out from Finishing Line Press called Artificial Sweetness. You can pre-order that now at finishinglinepress.com. But that's enough about me. Let's talk with our sweet guest today and discuss some sweet, sweet poetry. Hello, Terri Rose. Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, hi, my name is Terri Rose Jertson. I am a peer recovery specialist slash writer slash poet slash artist who resides in New Jersey. My main income is from peer recovery. I work with women who are pregnant who have opioid use disorders or other substance use disorders. And we work with them, getting them the support they need so that they can, stay as a family with their children. And I began writing during the pandemic. Um, I was in college for many years, and I did a lot of writing courses in college as well. And I think I was encouraged by a couple of people to maybe pursue that as an avenue of, employment. But I don't know, I always had other things going on, so I never quite got into it. But with all extra time on our hands that we all had, I kind of explored some of these other things that may have interested me. And I have a book. My book is called The Chameleon Chronicles, Words Never Spoken. And it's somewhat autobiographical. I have a lot of experience type poems in there with the names changed to protect the general public. And I also am in several anthologies. One of these is an Arbor Day publication called Whispering Willows. Even though that looks backwards on the screen, I'm hoping it won't be backwards when you see it. The proceeds from that book go towards benefiting the Arbor Tree Foundation, I think that's what it's called. I'm getting that wrong. But you can also get it on Amazon. My book you can get by contacting me or going on redorgreenbooks.com, which is the publisher. And I'm also going to show you the New Jersey Bards publication, which I'm in. And this is just an anthology of poetry by New Jersey poets, and this is available on Amazon as well.
Awesome. Thank you for introducing yourself. A lot of exciting things going on. I know I can definitely relate to your journey a little bit, like interested in writing, but kind of on the back burner. And actually, it was like went back for my master's and decided to do creative writing, but like actually like COVID helped me like sit down with it and start submitting and like sharing work, and that kind of is where I really flourished, having that time to delve into that a little bit in that space. All right.
Yeah.
Since this program is called Sunday Sweet Chats, and my book is Artificial Sweetness, we're all about the sweet, sugary things in life. We have to know, when you have a sweet craving, what satisfies those urges for you?
Well, usually I'm an impulsive candy eater. I won't normally just go and say, oh, I have to go to the store and buy yada, yada, yada candy. I I am a frequent shopper in the Dollar Tree. And I notice whatever they have there that I can grab real quick. And the thing that I got the most is the Smarties, but they're the giant size Smarties. I mean, they're like this. Like one of those is like, bigger than probably the size of a quarter now. And I don't have any problem scarfing that whole thing. I don't know what it is about it. It's just easy. It's not messy. It's not chocolate. It's not melting in my hand. I mean, I do like chocolate, but it can be messy if it's a warm day or something, which we've been having a lot of warm days lately. So I just go with something that's like no fuss, no muss. And I don't know, that's a flavor that never got old for me as a young girl. My mother used to make, I don't know, this is going to really date me because I don't know if anybody does this anymore. But they used to make corsages for your birthday, and they used to have a bow, and then hanging from the corsage are strings of ribbon, and on each string is tied a particular kind of candy for however many strings you are, how old you are. So if you're 10, you have 10 strings of candy hanging there, and then in the bow itself, there's one for good luck. And my mother every year used to make these things for me, but mostly the candies that were hanging from there were the small ones, the Smarties, the mini ones. And ever since then, I have a taste for these candies. So there's sentimental value attached as well.
It's really cool. I don't know if it's, yeah, I've never heard of that before. I like that idea. It's cool. It's cute. All right, that's enough about sweet treats. Let's talk about some sweet, sweet poetry. You have a couple poems to read to us. Go
Sure.
ahead whenever you're ready.
So out of my book, I'm going to read also. I was on NPR on Yvonne Booze's A Poetic Affair. I read these two poems. Um, one of them, one of them's called An Ode to the Daisy, and the other one's called Little Birds. Um, I'll just read them both because they're kind of short. Little bird, where are you going after you leave your first home? Will you fly off to start great adventures, or remain hidden, refusing to roam? Will you meet your partner for life, or will you cower and die alone? No, spreading your wings to rise to astonishing heights. That is my prayer for you every night. Little bird, your mama knew when it was time for you to soar. She gave you the push that you didn't ask for. That's one. And the second one is Ode to a Daisy. And these are the flavor of my poems. You're gonna get a certain vibe from my poems. This is where I'm going with a lot of the stuff I read. Ode to the Daisy. No other flower suffers at the hands of men like the lowly daisy. Vexed humans systematically pluck off each of its petals for sport. And if that isn't bad enough, when we don't get the answer hoped for, we find another helpless victim to sort. As if they have a choice. Do they feel pain? Would they scream if they had a voice? To die for love is a noble cause. That is what the daisy does.
Thank you. Those were great. That last one, the like pulling the date or pulling the petals, and could they feel like that was very, very visceral. I love it.
Yeah, that is
And
the flavor of my poem. That's a good word to describe many of my poems.
all right, and those are both from your book, correct?
That,
All right.
yes, these are both from the Chameleon Chronicles, which there's going to be there's another one coming. I have
Ooh,
so much work that I have to compile.
that's awesome. That's exciting to hear. And we'll make sure to put the link to how you can order that or contact Terri Rose to order that in the um, video description. Anything else exciting you want to let us know about before we let you go?
Um, yes, on The Word is Right, which is a platform run by the publisher of my book. Her name is Marissa Prada. She has different shows that she does every night of the week for poetry. And the last Saturday of every month, I'm going to be hosting a karaoke poetry. And so you can come in there, and mostly it's just karaoke singing. But if you want to just read something, I guess you can too. I mean, I'm not going to be real specific about it. I mean, mostly everyone that comes in there knows they're going to sing something. And we've been doing this here and there on, very different nights. But now I'm going to get a specific day where I'm going to be hosting on there. So that's my exciting news.
That is exciting. That's fun to hear all the different things. There's so much happening, and I think that's why I really wanted to do this show is to like connect with people and kind of, you know, highlight what's going on in your world and things you're doing, and because there's so much and it's hard to keep up with it all, and so many people are ignored too. Like want to raise each other up and let
I know
everyone
so many
connect with
people are
everyone.
writing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So many people have writing right now. So many books out there. I'm on Goodreads. If anyone wants to look up my book on Goodreads, there's two other anthologies I forgot to mention. I'm also involved in this anthology called Touching Tongues, which is again another publication put out by Red or Green Books, and that one is an erotica anthology. My poems are on the kind of more mellow end of erotica. I'm really not full force in because it's not really my thing. This is something that I touch on occasionally, no pun intended. And I also am involved in the gun anthology, also from the same publisher, which is kind of like the whole book is kind of a protest for, lack of gun control and kind of a plea to Congress to please do something before any more kids die. You know, and I also have a piece in that as well.
That's great. That's a lot of important work too. Um, yeah, I'm kind of thinking, my previous chapbook before this was called Salem Revisited, and it was all about violence towards queer people in the US and how that's kind of been in a vein since colonial days. And I kind of did a little hashtag when I was promoting that called Poetry is Protest. And I think that's the important work that poetry can be. I mean, poetry is so many things, but with all the things going on in our country in particular right now, there's so much to a writing can be used to voice concerns and voices that are being lost.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't mean to leave anyone out that's being, you know, that's being affected by the lack of gun control in this country, because everyone's affected. But American Graveyard is the name of the book. And if you want to buy a copy of that, send it to Congress. You can do that. She'll do that for you. And you just specify on the website, it's gretagreenbooks.com, to, you know, send it to your congressperson
That
in
is
hopes that something happens.
really awesome. I love that approach. Activism. Poetry is activism. All right. Anything else you want to share with us?
Offhand, you know, I just, there's a lot of, if anyone is thinking they can't write poetry, or maybe they're not really interested in poetry, or they never tried it before, it's too hard. There's so many different kinds. You don't really have to worry about the form. You don't even have to have a form. You can just do what's called free writing, and just get a journal, start writing. And I use it as a therapy, and a lot of other people tell me they use it as a therapy as well. And it is proven, scientifically proven, that it does help to write down, you know, whatever is on your mind. If you're bothered by something, you just write it, and it's there. It's very therapeutic, and it's free. You know, except for the book that you write it in, or the paper you write it on, and the pen that you use. But the pen is powerful, and it can help a lot of people.
Thank you. I think that's a great note to end on. Thank you again for being here, Terri. It's been a pleasure to have you. A sweet, sweet treat to have you. My name is Charles K. Carter, and I hope to catch you next Sunday for another episode of Sunday Sweet Chats. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.